through all of the work, I realized, I've learned a lot. I didn't go to business school. I learned everything through reading books, getting coaching from high-level business coaches, no one in the art world because they don't exist. And so I felt that I had a responsibility to bring this into the art world and share what I know with artists to help them grow their businesses and gain success. So I don't know if any of you ever think about mindset and basically how you show up every day. And mindset comes down to how you think and operate mentally in your daily life. You kind of know where your mindset is at based on the results you're getting or not getting and how you're feeling every day. I'm sure some of you have become aware of that. And I've heard from people, they might say, God, I'm just going through a bad time. The last year has been horrible. And then I start digging deeper with them. Well, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Are you trying to overcome them? Are you meditating? Are you using tools like positive affirmations? Are you eating healthy? What are you doing to change your thought process? So basically, how you think about what happens to you or doesn't happen to you will determine your reactions to specific events. I know a lot of artists that have a mindset that the art world is hard. Some of you might think the art world is not for me, even though you're in it and you want to be in it. Feel free to share any mindsets that you've uncovered, good or bad, that have either helped you or hampered you. Share with your peers in the chat, feel free. One of the mindsets that I had to overcome when I opened my gallery, I was 26 years old. I was really young. I'd meet people, they would want to know about, where did you go to school? Like, what's your background? Did your family help you start your gallery? No, they didn't. And I had a lot of people that were questioning my age and my ability at that time. And I literally felt that I was constantly talking about my background and my resume. But I realized, it doesn't matter. It's whatever it takes to keep growing my client base, growing trust that people had in me. And so I had to switch my mindset from I'm so young, I look so young to I know a lot about what I'm doing. I have a very clear curatorial focus. And whether or not this person's going to buy art from me, I will succeed and I will keep going. So there were all these mindsets that I kept bumping into that I had that were hurting me and stopping me that I had to overcome. And, there are basically two types of mindsets that, once you start researching them, and that's one of the reasons I wrote Art MBA Mindset, is I really started uncovering mindsets when I started coaching more artists and wanted to start sharing observations. And I went down the rabbit hole with articles and books and discovered that there are two types of mindsets, a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. And they're pretty self-explanatory. And a fixed mindset is basically you're kind of set in your ways. Maybe you're stubborn. Maybe you grew up in a family that believes certain things and they pass it on to you generationally. And your mindset's not going to change too much. So it's fixed. And then there's the opposite, which is the growth mindset. And that's a mindset of curiosity, of wondering about how things are happening or how you can grow. And there's a curiosity in why things are happening. We often experience these mindsets when we're around young children. They're curious, they want to experience things, they want to play and grow. They're interested in learning often at that age. And sometimes what happens, the older we get, the more fixed we get in our belief systems and our mindsets. I've uncovered a lot of mindsets with artists over 50 that if they haven't made it at that point, that their career is over. And that's a mindset. And I've coached a lot of artists that are frustrated and they might have a fixed mindset. On the other side, I've coached and I have people in my gallery program that are over 70 years old. They want to keep growing their careers, and they believe that it's possible for them. So that's a great example of a growth mindset. I share some case studies in this book that might be interesting to some of you. I find mindsets quite a bit around where you're at with your age and your career. I've found a lot of fixed mindsets when people struggle financially. If you trace it back, and I'll talk about this later, it's often connected to your family or your ideology. So my recommendation for all of you in the audience tonight is just, when you have a moment and you can journal a little bit, ask yourself, how do I feel about my career? How do I feel that things are going for me? What is maybe getting in my way? Or what is going well for me? What do I think about the art world? How do I feel about galleries? And start to explore your feelings and thoughts around being an artist and creating a career, and see what comes up for you. Because behind some of that, you might uncover a mindset and a thought that could be keeping you from taking an action that could help you, or could be holding you back. So I really recommend, there's a famous book out there by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And a lot of people talk about this book. And at the heart of the book is taking time every day, and as much as you can, to just think, to set aside thinking time. And I know for me, it's the moments where I've stopped to really think about how I'm either reacting to something or responding, how I'm feeling about something, how I'm operating in my business. Those are the moments that I've had tremendous insights and aha moments that have literally catapulted my career. I've had it around ideas, but it all started with me stopping to think, analyzing, getting really honest with myself. Even way back in the day when I realized, God, I need to grow my confidence. I feel really insecure, and I need to work on my sales ability, my communication skills, my speaking skills. And I realized I had to work on that because I felt insecure and I felt like I had low self-esteem in certain areas. But that came out of doing these really honest assessments. And at the end of every chapter, this is a very small book. You could probably read it in a couple hours. There are mindset exercises, which are a lot of fun. Let me just share with you what I've discovered within myself and lots of artists. Your mindset affects how much money you're making every year. It will affect if you're making more money or less money each year, and what is happening for you financially. So it affects your finances in a huge way. It affects the business partners you have or you don't have in your life. It affects even the level that these business partners operate for you. So some of you are trying to attract galleries or have better relationships with galleries. How you're thinking about your relationship with them is affecting your business with them. Your mindset can affect how you end your day, how you start your day. It will affect the things that you do daily or you don't do every day, or what you're saying to yourself, what you hear yourself saying in your mind or out loud. And if you say things like, it doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter anymore, or I'll never sell this, or I can't do this, or I'm too old, or I'm unlucky, those are mindsets that are holding you back. It will also affect who you work with. On the studio end, it'll affect what your studio looks like, how much money you save and invest every year, how you feel about yourself and the actions you're taking based on those feelings, and what your resume looks like. I hope this is a little glimpse into mindset, and some of you are saying, okay, it's becoming clear that mindset is affecting every area of my life, personally, business-wise, my reactions and interactions. One of my favorite quotes is by author Neil Donald Walsh, And he says that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And for some of you, getting uncomfortable will be the clearest way to get more successful. So